لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة على رسول الله أما بعد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You're all welcome to this session, Hajj step by step. We have an outline. We'll go through references, introduction, an overview of the Hajj, distinction between Rukun, Wajib, and Sunnah, the three types of Hajj, the steps of Hajj broken down by days and type of Hajj, and then some details. This is the first session. We might have one more session or two more sessions. So we will not address everything in this session. We'll just do what we have outlined here, and we'll try to answer some questions. And if there are more questions, more details, that will be for the second session, inshallah. We have some references. These are some good books. Kaifa Hajj, it's a good one by Dr. Shayaji. And then we have another one by Sheikh Fawzan. And then another one on the Hajj of the Prophet. These are some good references. And then for the English one, we have this official Hajj and Umrah guide, also a very good one. Inshallah, I will send this lecture together with this Hajj and Umrah guide to the administrator to send for you, inshallah. First, like I said, we start with Allah, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to send His peace and blessings on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his family, and noble companions. So this program is for non-Arab speakers and is organized by Al-Dafira and Mahali Hajj and Umrah groups. So we thank them for organizing this. And we also thank Sheikh Dr. Khalid Al-Khudair for overseeing these arrangements. So we ask that Allah make this meeting beneficial for all of us. If you have any questions, just write down in the chat or note down. So when we finish, you can go through your questions, inshallah. First, the Hajj is all about Tawheed, making worship sincere for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it's a great opportunity, as you all know, to get Allah's forgiveness and live the rest of one's life in the best way that's pleasing to Allah and to get Jannah. So it's a very, very big opportunity. So we want, inshallah, to do it properly. In addition, also, the Hajj can be seen from multiple perspectives. It's a celebration of the sincere worship of Ibrahim alayhi salam and his noble family. It's a celebration of the universal brotherhood of Islam. It's a reminder of the ultimate gathering on the Day of Judgment. There is no other gathering that is similar to the Day of Judgment than this one. So it's a good reminder that one day we'll all be gathered again in front of our Creator. May Allah help us on that day to come Kalbin Salim, with a pure heart and sincere deeds and proper Tawheed. So most of what we know about Hajj came from the long famous hadith of Jabir bin Abdullah anhuma. That is the source of most of the explanations you see on Hajj come from this one hadith, mostly. Is the source of most of the Hajj rites. Then we have some other hadiths here and there, some narrations that complement, but the core is this hadith by Jabir bin Abdullah anhu. And this hadith is authentic hadith. It's narrated by many, including Muslim and Tirmidhi, Nisa'i, Muwatta, Ibn Majah, Abu Dawood, Ahmad, and others. So it's a very detailed hadith, and that's what most of the scholars use to explain about Hajj. In few cases, in some cases, when situations arise that are not reported in the hadith and other narrations, so competent scholars, past and present scholars, apply themselves and produce answers, solutions, or fatwa on the questions that is asked. And so sometimes the fatwas are similar, sometimes slight difference, but the consensus of these opinions are accepted. The consensus where many of them agree, these are accepted, and they are termed as jumhur. They are termed as jumhur. So we will be going by the consensus. We'll be going by this consensus. The overview of the Hajj. This is put in one chart. You have the airport at the pilgrim's country or town, or which city you're living from, and then upon arrival in Mecca, and then Mina, and then Arafah, and then Muzdalifah, and then the Jamra, to throw the Jamra, then there is sacrifice, then there is Tawaf, Ifada, and the Sa'i of Hajj. And then the first night, spending the night, the 10th of Hijjah, which is the first Tashriq night in Mina. And then the 11th of Zulhijjah, also in Mina, the 12th of Zulhijjah. Then the 13th, some would leave on the 12th, some will leave on the 13th, but that's the last day. And then there is, after the 13th, some can stay in Mecca longer, some just leave. And then for those living, whether they stay in Mecca longer or not, then there is the Tawaf al-Wada, the farewell Tawaf. This is the Hajj journey. This is the Hajj journey. So now we just want to go through this to explain some of the steps in this. But basically, this is the Hajj journey. This is just a chart showing the Haram. And then from the Haram where you have, in fact, the Zamzam well is in the Haram. The Zamzam well is in the Haram. So you have your Safa and Marwa, and then from here you have your Mina, then you have your Arafah, and then from Arafah you have Muzdalifah, then Mina, and then to the Haram. This is the journey, the Hajj journey. Another way to show it, similar like this, also you have your Makkah, and then you have your Mina, and then in the first, when you're moving the first trip, you don't stop at Muzdalifah, you just go from Mina, you go straight to Arafah. Okay. Sometimes there are transportation, and sometimes people do Hajj by walking, and then back to Muzdalifah, and then Mina. And then, so it's like a circle, okay, like a circle. So we want to first make two things clear: the difference between Rukun, Wajid, and Sunnah, and then the types of Hajj. Then we go into the details. The Rukun is a prerequisite for doing Ibadah. It's a pillar. Yeah? Oh, I'm sorry, it's an arm there. It's a pillar. So it's a prerequisite. So whoever leaves it, his or her Hajj is nullified. And so you cannot deputize someone to do it for you. There are some actions someone can do for you if you are old or you cannot do it, but the prerequisite is a prerequisite, this one. You leave it out, then the Hajj is nullified. We'll go into details on some of these later on. And the Wajib is a requirement, an action for which one is rewarded for doing it, and for which one is held accountable for living it. Your Hajj is still valid, provided you do the penalty. So whoever leaves the wajib, whoever leaves it should pay fidya. Okay, should pay fidya, which is a ransom or compensation by fasting or sadaqah or sacrifice. Then once that is done, inshallah, it has taken care of that that shortcoming. But as much as possible, we want to have a good Hajj where we don't have to pay for violating any of this. It's possible to have a Hajj without paying any fidya. It's not something difficult. And then the Sunnah, we all know Sunnah from the practice of the Prophet ﷺ, from his sayings or action or character. And one is rewarded for doing it, but not punished for leaving it out. Okay, so these are the three points. And as we go through, when we mention some action, we will mention if it's a rukun, or if it's wajib, or if it's sunnah. These are some details on the pillars of Hajj. Alhamdulillah, they're not many. The pillars are not many. The ihram, and the ihram is not just the clothes, it is a niyyah. Okay, the niyyah and the clothing, all is part of the ihram. So, and standing at Arafah, and then the tawaf, ifada, and the sa'i. So the pillars are not many, they are 4. So we have to make sure we don't violate those pillars. So some scholars, they warn against someone who goes to Arafah and start moving up and down until he goes out of Arafah. So when you go to Arafah, alhamdulillah, you stay there, not to move around until you leave Arafah. Then you are violating the pillar. Okay. Then you have the requirements of Hajj, wearing the ihram at the miqat, staying at Arafah till sunset. So if you stay Arafah little, not before sunset, you are violated. And then staying at Muzdalifah, staying in Mina on the nights of preceding the Tashriq, stoning the pillars, rami, shaving or cutting the hair, and the tawaf al-wada. These are requirements. So again, we should be careful we don't violate these requirements so that we don't have to pay any ransom. Then the 3 types of Hajj. Again, we have to make this very clear in the beginning, because as we go through the steps, we'll be mentioning these types of Hajj. The first one is Tamattu, where the pilgrim assumes the ihram for Umrah. Then the pilgrim, the Hajji, completes the Umrah and comes out of ihram. So he's no longer in ihram. Then when the time of Hajj comes, he puts on the ihram again. So that is, so you have, you can say, interruption between the Umrah and the Hajj. Then the Ifrad is the Hajji assume ihram for Hajj only. You go to Mecca, but it's only for Hajj. There is no Umrah involved in Ifrad. And then Qiran is similar to Tamattu. The difference here, you assume ihram for both Hajj and Umrah together. You don't remove your ihram. Once you put on the ihram, it's for the Umrah, then the Hajj continues until you finish. These are the 3 types of Hajj, and this is by the mercy of Allah, because different Hujjaj have different circumstances. So these 3 you will see really is from the mercy of Allah, that you can choose between this one and this one depending on your circumstances. And then we come now to this, the Hajj. We break down by the days and by the type of Hajj. And then later on, we'll give some details. Here we're just breaking down. And this came from the book Al-Shaigi, 2010. He made a very good table. All I've done here is to just translate it from Arabic to English. But it's an excellent set of tables. It's one of the best books on Hajj. Small book, one of the best books on Hajj. So at arrival, and all of it, he's breaking it by Mutamatti, Mufrid, and Karin. At arrival, at the Mikat, so the Mutamatti, he will make his talbiyah, Labbaika Allahumma Umrah. Let's continue the Mutamatti before we go to the others. And then when he comes to Haram, he will make Tawaf for Umrah because he made Ihram for Umrah. Then he will do the Sa'i for Umrah. Then he will cut his hair. They recommend the Mutamatti to cut the hair during this Hajj months, the Hajj season, to cut the hair, not to shave it, because he's going to go for Hajj. So it's better he cuts the hair, and then at the Hajj, he shaves the hair. So he cut his hair. After that, he is free from Ihram. He's free, he can put perfume, he can put clothes, he lives freely. He's no longer bound by the Ihram. The Mufrid at the Mikat, he will say, Labbaik Allahumma Hajjan. He'll make Talbiyah for Hajj. Then he'll make his Talbiyah, his Ihram for Hajj. Then he'll make his Talbiyah, Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik, and so on. And then when he comes to the Haram, he will make Tawaf al-Qudum. For him, it is Sunnah. It is not Wajib or Rukun. For him, it is Sunnah, Tawaf al-Qudum. And then also at the Haram, he can do his Sa'i if he wants. He can do his Sa'i with the Qudum, or he can postpone the Sa'i for after to the Ifada. He can either do the Sa'i this time at the beginning or at the end. The Karin, he is combining Hajj and Umrah together. So he said, Labbaik Allahumma Hajjan wa Umratan. He is doing for Hajj and Umrah. And we usually, in the Ibadah, we don't say what we are going to do. It's in our heart. But for Hajj, you have to say it. You intend it, but you have to pronounce it. You have to pronounce it. So the Mufri will say, Labbaika Allahumma Hajjan wa Umratan, for Hajj and Umrah. Then he will do Tawaf Umrah. He will do Sa'i of Umrah. He will not shave. He will not shave, because for him, he's combining Hajj and Umrah. Then on the 8th of, then Karas, that is the arrival. This arrival can be any time. Zulqa'dah, 1st of Zulhijjah, 2nd, anytime. During Zulqa'dah or Zulhijjah. All of them will stay now till the 8th of Zulhijjah. If this person arrived in Mecca the 1st of Zulhijjah, he will stay, go to Haram, come back, pray until the 8th of Zulhijjah. Then on the 8th of Zulhijjah, for the Mutamatti, he had taken off his Ihram. So now he will put on again his Ihram for Hajj, and then make the intention for Hajj, then go to Mina, and that is Sunnah. And for the Mufrid, he was only for Hajj. He only came for Hajj. He did not remove his Ihram. So he just goes straight to Mina. He did not remove his Ihram. The Karin also did not remove his Ihram. Also, he goes straight to Mina. And the Mufrid, all of them, the Mutamatti, the Mufrid, and the Karim, all of them will pray the Salah in Mina at their time, shortened without joining. Means Zuhur 2, and then finish. Asr time at Asr 2, and then finish. At Maghrib, 3, finish. At Isha, 2, and finish. So you shorten the 4 rakah to 2 rakah without joining them. So all of them will do that. All of them will do that. That's for the 8th of Zulhijjah. And then in Mina, they're just resting for the next day. And the next day is for the day of Arafah. Then the 9th of Zulhijjah, that's the day of Arafah. The day of Arafah, the Mutamatti, the Mufrid, and the Karim, all of them have the same action. The Zuhr and Asr, Takdim, early, the first, when Zuhr enters, the Zuhr and Asr, shortened and joined. And then the increasing dua till sunset. After sunset, they move on to Muzdalifah. When they arrive at Muzdalifah, then they pray Maghrib 3 rakah, Isha 2 rakah, when they arrive at Muzdalifah. So then they sleep and pray Fajr at the earliest time. So it's not to pray Maghrib on the way or pray in Arafah. You leave the Maghrib and Isha for Muzdalifah, and when you arrive, and then you pray and you join, and then you sleep. Actually, the Sunnah in Muzdalifah is to sleep, not for Tahajjud half the night. The Sunnah is to sleep because you are preparing for the great day on the 10th of Zulhijjah, which has a lot of action. Then you have the 10th of Zulhijjah, the Mutamati, all of them, when they arrive, now they leave Muzdalifah after the sunrise. As soon as it's bright, they move. As soon as it's bright, they move and leave Muzdalifah to go to Mina. In Mina, all of them, when they arrive in Mina, and along the way, you're making your talbiyah. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika lak labbaik. You're making your talbiyah on the way. At Mina, you leave, there are 3 jamarat, al-sugra, wal-wusta, wal-kubra. So at Mina, all of them, Mutamati, the Mufrid, and the Karim, when you come to the sugra, you just pass it. When you come to the wusta, you pass it. When you come to the kubra, then you throw your 7 small stones the size of a chickpea, That one you could collect from Mina, or you collect it from Muzdalifah coming to Mina. Anywhere you collect it. So the Mina, you throw the Jama to Kubra, and when you're throwing, after that you move on. Then the next thing is to slaughter. The Mutamati and the Karim, they slaughter a Hadi. The Mutamati is slaughtering because he has now got Umrah and Hajj in one trip, which is a big favor. So he's supposed to slaughter Hadi. And the Karim also has got Umrah and Hajj in one trip. He also slaughters. The Mufrid has no Hadi to slaughter because he came for Hajj only. Then after slaughtering, there is cutting the hair or shaving the hair. So all of them, the Mutamati, the Mufrid, and the Kari will now shave the hair. And again, by the mercy of Allah, it doesn't matter the sequence. This is the proper sequence: to throw, and then to slaughter, and then to shave. But if something happened and then you mix the sequence, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. The Prophet ﷺ said, no problem, no problem. So it's not a big issue if the sequence is changed. Once the Haji has cut his hair or shaved his hair, then we say the first release of Ihram. The first release. Now, all of them can remove their Ihram, go and take shower, and wear normal clothes, and put perfume, and all of that. So that is the first release of the Ihram. That is called a partial release. Partial release. So now you can remove your clothes. So you go to Haram in your normal clothes. You don't go to the Haram with your Ihram, you go to the Haram with your normal clothes. Then when you get to Haram, you now do Tawaf Ifada. But as I said, if the sequence is mixed up, there is no problem in case there is some difficulty and so on. After doing the Tawaf Ifada, the Mutamati, he only did Sa'i in the Umrah. So he has to do Sa'i for Hajj. So after the Tawaf Ifada, he does the Sa'i. After doing the Sa'i, he is now released, second release of the Ihram. Now it's finished for him. He can now, if he's married and he's living in an apartment with his wife, he is free to be with his wife. Now the second release, full release now. And then he goes to Mina and stays the night in Mina. And the same thing for the Karin. The Karin again will do Tawaf Ifada and then Sa'i for Hajj. Because the Kari came, he did either Sa'i in the beginning or Sa'i at the end. He will do Sa'i for Hajj, and then also is the second release of Ihram, and will stay in Mina for the night. The Mufrid who came only for Hajj, he will do Sa'i for Hajj if it was not done before. If it wasn't done before, then he will do Sa'i for Hajj. And then also that is the second release for him, and also he will stay stay the night. So let me repeat this part again. So on the 10th, the Mutamati, he will throw the Jamara, the Kubra, the big one, then slaughter. And this slaughtering, you can also do arrangement and pay by coupon. They can slaughter for you. So as we said, some things you can deputize, others, some you cannot deputize. This one you can deputize. You can pay and they can slaughter for you. Or some can do their own slaughtering themselves. So you slaughter and then you shave or cut the hair. And then that's the first release of the ihram. Then you can remove the ihram and wear normal clothes, put on perfume. Then you go to haram and do your tawaf ifada, which is a rukun. Then you do sa'i for hajj, because Mutamati only did sa'i for umrah. Then now he is full release of the ihram. Then he will then go to Mina and stay the night. And the Karin also will throw the kubra and then slaughter hadi, shave or cut here, first release of ihram, tawaf ifada, similar. He also do sa'i for hajj. And the second release for ihram and pray and stay the night in there. The mufrid only came for hajj. He will also throw the kubra, the pillar, and he doesn't have any hadi to slaughter because he didn't do any umrah. He will shave or cut his hair. Also, he has the first release. He will also do tawaf ifada, which is a rukun for all of them. Then he will do sa'i for hajj if he did not do it before. And then he is released from the ihram. And then he will stay the night in Mina. So this day is the busy day. Is the day you need all your strength for this day. That's why it's recommended in Muzdalifah to sleep. Sleep nicely and have strength for this day, because there are many things to do. There are many things to do. And then we all know the transport difficulties and all of this. So it's a very heavy day. It's a very heavy day. So save your strength for that day. And also in Muzdalifah, sometimes some people spend the night talking. That's also not advised. Sleep early and save your strength for the big day. Then the 11th of Zulhijjah, now you are in Mina. Now you are, after Haram, you came back to Mina. So now in Mina, there is only one action now. The Mina are the days of eating and relaxing. So now you only have one action, to throw the jamarat. You gather 21 small pebbles, size of a chickpea, 21 of them. And then after this, the zawal, the zenith, the sun has passed, Zuhr has entered, then you follow the sequence. The sugra, you pelt it 7 times. Then you move aside and make dua. Then you go to the wusta, the middle one, and pelt it 7 times. Each time you say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. And then you finish your second wusta, 7 pelting, you move aside and make dua. And then you go to the kubra and do 7 pelting, Allahu Akbar, 7 pelting, and then you move on. You move on. You don't stand again to make dua. Your dua is between the first and second, and between the second and the third. After the third one, you just move on. And then you go back to your tent. And you go back to your tent and then stay there, eat, relax, make zikr, pray the salahs at their time. And then you stay the night in Mina. And then the same thing, the mufrid, same thing, the karin. So the only action is this. And also, some people can visit others here and there. Nothing is wrong in visiting others in Mina. That is the 11th of Zulhijjah. That's when all the Hujjaj are there in Mina. The 11th is when all the Hujjaj are there. In 12th, some will stay, some will leave. On the 12th of Zulhijjah, some will stay, some will leave. So for the Mutamatte and for the Mufrid and for the Karin, when the sun has entered the zawal has passed, then they do the same thing they have done to throw the 3 jamarat. The sugra, 7, and then make dua, and then the wusta, 7, then you make dua, then kubra, and move on. And then you stay in Mina for the night. This is for the one who stays behind. The one who stays behind. The one who wants to leave for any reason, maybe flight or maybe some other reasons, he's feeling sick or whatever. If he wants to leave on the 12th, we say mustajil, he is in a hurry. The one who hastens, he will also throw the 3 jamarat after zawal, the same, and then all of them, they will throw the 3 jamarat after zawal, then leave Mina before sunset. All of them will leave Mina before sunset. Once you plan to leave, you leave before sunset. So example, in the afternoon by 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, you go and do all the jamarat, then you go back to your tent, take your things, and then you move. You leave before sunset. That is for the 12th. For the 13th of Zulhijjah, now the one who has left. He has gone to Mecca. So the one who stays behind in Mina, on the 13th, he will also do the same, throw the 3 jamarat. Sugra, Wusta, and Kubra. And then though the one who has left already to Haram, he will do the farewell tawaf when about to leave Makkah. Yeah? When about to leave Makkah, and that will end the rites. In other words, if he left on the 13th and goes to Makkah and wants to stay in Makkah for 1 week, he will stay there for 1 week and just go to Haram and pray and come back. And then when he wants to leave Makkah finally, he will do his tawaf, farewell tawaf. And on the 13th, the one who stays behind, same thing, he also goes to Haram. And then after the 13th, then when he's about to leave Makkah, on the 13th or 14th or after, he will then do the tawaf, a farewell tawaf, when he's about to leave Makkah. These are the rites broken down by the days and the type of Hajj. And I think this table by Al-Shaiji is an excellent table. It really captures it more than many others. This is the main thing. There are some details, but some of you know these details. So I'll just go quickly through some of them, and I'll send the presentation. You can read some of these details on your own. The mikat, there are 5 mikats. We have, for us here in Eastern Province, I don't know in the audience, I don't know if you have others from other provinces, but in Eastern Province, our mikat is Karmanazil, 75 kilometers from Haram. Then you have also Dhatul Irq, 94 kilometers. That is for those coming from Iraq and beyond that area. Then you have Zul Hulaifa, 450 kilometers. That's for those coming from Medina or beyond that. It's also called Abiyar Ali. This is the furthest mikat away. Then you have Al Jufa, 183 kilometers for those coming from Hijaz, not Africa, Egypt. Now it's called Rabi, near the town of Rabi. Then you have Yalamlam, 92 kilometers for those coming from the south, from Yemen or further from the south. So now people assume the Iran as Sadia, 92 kilometers from Makkah. These are the 5 mikat, and they were appointed. These are the 5 mikat. And then we've explained some of this already, the types of Hajj, and then also this is just the book by Akil. Also the same thing, just summarizing what we have said before in one chart. And also the intention to pronounce when intending only Umrah, Allahumma labbaika Umrah. When intending only Hajj, like I said, you have to say it, you have to pronounce it, Allahumma labbaika Hajjan. When intending Umrah and Hajj together for Kiran, Allahumma labbaika Umratan wa Hajjan. When intending Umrah and Hajj separately, Tamattu, Allahumma labbaika Umratan mutamatti'an biha ila al-Hajj. So according to the late Sheikh bin Baz, if the time of Hajj is long and you want to do tamattu, you can only make intention for Umrah at the mikat and say labbaik Allahumma Umrah. Then later on, you make the intention for Hajj on the 8th of Zulhijjah, Allahumma labbaik Hajjan. Okay, this is Kabir. And then the talbiyah, I'm sure many of you have done umrahs. The talbiyah, as soon as you enter the ihram, Allahumma labbaik, labbaik, Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda wa ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika lak. That's the talbiyah. For the men, they have to say it loudly. For women, softly. For the woman, softly. And this talbiyah starts from the time you wear ihram, when they reach the mikat, until the stoning of al-jamra on the morning of Eid. And then the 8th of Zulhijjah, some more details, as we've covered this already in our discussion. And the 9th of Zulhijjah, the day of Arafah, that is the Hajj. The main thing there is the wukuf, to stand and make dua in Arafah. That's the main action, and is the most blessed day, and is the day which Allah remove. There is no day in which Allah free as many of his servants from the fire as the day of Arafah. Okay, so Allah he draws near and he boasts of them to the Malaika. Say, what do they want? Say, we ask for Allah and his favor and kindness. So that's the time of asking for forgiveness and asking for being saved from the fire and making dua for your friends and loved ones and for the ummah. So that is the Hajj. The Hajj is Arafah. Yeah? Like the person said, Hajj Arafah. Yeah? The Hajj is Arafah. So someone can miss many things, but once he catches Arafah, he has caught the Hajj. And then the day of Arafah, we've explained about the prayers, and there's a khutbah. So the prayer is done early, Zuhr and Asr, and then together. And then after that, standing. You don't. Sometimes it's not easy after praying Zuhr and Asr. Not everyone is strong to stand till Maghrib. So some people, they stand a little bit, make dua a little bit, sit a little bit, read Quran, make dua, make zikr, stand. So you combine it. The main thing is that whole time should be used for dua and zikr and Quran and all those things. If someone is young and strong and he can make dua for hours, that is fine. Otherwise, some people combine it. Zikr a little bit, sit a little bit, pray dua a little bit, Quran a little bit. All of that, all of this is ibadah. So we've explained there are some mistakes some people make. Moving around, they arrive in Arafah, but they are still looking for something. So they keep on moving around, and until they go out of the border. That is so sitting outside the borders of Arafah and remaining there till sunset, and then going to Muzdalifah. Whoever does that has not performed Hajj because he went out of Arafah. So better, because alhamdulillah, these companies have tent, better you stay in the tent. Stay in the tent and pray, you do your zikr, your dua, and stand everything in the tent. That's much better than moving around. You don't know where you're going. Leaving Arafah before sunset is also not permissible. What are you in a hurry for? This is what you came for. You came for Arafah. So stay till sunset, then you move on. If you have to do that, then you have to slaughter an animal. And crowding and pushing people and trying to climb the mount of Arafah, all of these things are these mistakes. And facing the mount of Arafah and making dua. When you want to make dua, you face Kaaba, not a mount of Arafah. These are just some mistakes people do. And then after the sun has set, you move on to Muzdalifah. When you arrive there, then you pray your Maghrib and Isha and you spend the night. There are some exceptions. There are some exceptions for women and children and the weak. They can leave for Mina after midnight. They don't have, even if they don't sleep in Muzdalifah, they can leave after midnight and move on. This is one exception. There are other exceptions, but some people, they are always on the exceptions. The exceptions is exception. That should not be the normal. The normal is what is explained. If you can do it, do it. Don't go for the exceptions. Also, on the way to Mina, from Muzdalifah to Mina, you pick up the 7 pebbles for stoning, and the rest can be taken from Mina area. And then the throwing the stable on the day of Mina, Jamratul Aqaba. The one is close to Mecca. Like I said, you skip the first Jamara, you skip the second Jamara, and you only throw the third Jamara. And after that, you slaughter, and then you shave. And this is the preferred order. That's the preferred order. But if they are done in any other order, it's acceptable. Okay, if you can, like this is fine. If you cannot, for one reason or the other, no problem, it's accepted, as we said before. And then on the 10th of Zulhijjah, that's your, we've explained going to the this Aqaba, and then slaughtering, and this we've explained about it. The throwing, you don't throw big stones, just small pebbles, like a chickpea. Small ones are enough. Are enough. And some people make mistake throwing large stones or throwing sandals in wood. And no, these are excesses. Or throwing all the pebbles at once. It's also not accepted. It's one, Allahu Akbar, you throw one. Allahu Akbar, you throw one 7 times. Allahu Akbar, throw one. Okay. And then after that, after he has shaved, then it's a partial release from Ihram. He can wear his regular clothes. So he is free from all the restrictions of Ihram, except for the married person cannot approach his wife. And then stoning of the pillars, we've explained this one. And then the following 3 days to go in the same sequence, Sugra and Wusta, and then Aqaba. And then Tawaf Ifada, it's a Hajj, it's a pillar of a Hajj. Without it, the Hajj is not complete. So once the Hajj has completed Ifada, he is free from all the restrictions of Hajj. And then the Ayyam Tashriq are the days of eating and drinking and relaxing and visiting for those days. So the only action in those days are to throw the Jamrat and then to visit and rest and so on. We've explained about this Tashriq. And then the farewell Hajj, whenever you're about to leave, then you do the last Hajj. So no one is excused from this except the menstruating woman or those who are in postpartum. Those women can leave. They don't have nothing to pay, no fidya. If the time has reached to depart and the woman is seeing her menstruation, she can just leave. There is nothing on her. There is nothing on her. That's all I have for you. I thank you very much. If there are any questions, I will answer questions. And otherwise, we might have another session. We will send you the materials, read the materials. If you still have some questions, we might have another session. That's all from my side. I thank you for listening. Do you have any questions?
Thank you, Dr. Sulaiman. We have only one question. We have a question from our partner here. Assalamu alaikum. Do we need to inform the team which Umrah we are doing and when?
No. No need. That's for yourself, between you and Allah. You will choose your own Umrah and do it. So no, you don't have to inform them.
He wrote which Hajj, sorry. For the previous questions, he wrote again, which Hajj, sorry. Do we need to inform the team which Hajj we are doing and when?
No.
Which Hajj?
Yeah, no need to tell the team. You make your own choice and you make your own ihram. You make your own in your ihram. You will say what you want to do. You don't have to inform them.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Sulaiman. If we have any question, please write in Q&A, and Dr. Sulaiman will answer it. Same person write, will the team took us for Umrah on the first day?
Well, the team will take you to Mecca. Then you are on your own. They will not take you around for Umrah. They will take you to Mecca, then you will now be on your own, I understand. But some of these admin questions, you can ask the administrator.
Okay. Yani another question, what are the arrangement for doing Scarface? How can we book it? Kindly advise. Scarface.
Sacrifice?
Sacrifice.
Yeah, the sacrifice, I think there are coupons in Mecca. I don't know the admin, whether they will help in that, or you have to do it on your own. I think if you go to Raji Bank, you can do it. I don't think the Umrah group enter into those things. Yeah, I think these are, you will go and because some want to slaughter, some want to pay to the bank to do it, the coupons. So these are your things. I think the organization will do the transport arrangement for you and your food and your accommodation. And then after that, you're on your own, I think. But if you have any questions, you can ask the admin people.
Okay. Another question, Dr. Sulaiman, can we do tawaf if ifada on 11 or 12 Dhul Hijjah?
The tawaf ifada is after you finished. We explained here. Here on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, that's when you do your tawaf ifada. Sometimes there are exceptions, but your tawaf ifada is that day. Like I said, the 10th is a day of all the it's a day of most of the activities. That's why on the 9th, when you come to Muzdalifah, you sleep because there are a lot of things to do. Because you're going to Mina to throw, and then after you're going to cut, then you go to Haram and do your tawaf ifada. This is the job on that day. Then you do your sa'i, and then you go back to Mina and spend the night in Mina. This is the proper way to do. Okay, this is the proper way to do.
Okay. Another question, what type of Hajj we will do? Qiran or what?
No. It's up to you. It's up to you. They will not tell you which Hajj you are going to do. You will decide for yourself. Like I said, the 3 types of Hajj is from the mercy of Allah. So each one has his own circumstances. So you will check your circumstances and decide. And by the way, ulama say the tamattu, you can make the umrah for someone and the Hajj for yourself. For example, your father passed away. You can do umrah for your father in the umrah of tamattu, then the Hajj for yourself. So each one has its own circumstances. You will check and then decide which one you want to do.
Okay, another question, Dr. Sulaiman. We are coming from Dammam by road. So we go to the Ta'if first, make ihram, then come to Jeddah to join you, right or not?
I don't know. That is for the admin. But if you're going by road, yes, you have to go to Taif. That's where the mikat is. And then from Taif, I don't know the arrangement, the admin. I'm not part of the admin arrangements. Just clarify with them. From Taif, there should be a way to meet the team. Maybe I suspect you will have to meet them in Jeddah or in Makkah or in I'm not sure. just clarify from them, the admin.
طيب.
I think they have a forum, a WhatsApp forum. You can ask questions there.
Okay. Another question. Is it okay to do the animal sacrifice is done here or in Dammam?
The sacrifice?
Yes. Animal sacrifice is
What is
done here
animal
in Dammam. Is right or not?
Which the sacrifice for this one has to be done in Mecca. The sacrifices are done in Mecca. So if you pay, for example, you do a violation, and you can pay, the sacrifice has to be done in Mecca.
Okay. Not Dammam in Mecca. That is good. Last question, please. We will go by plan on day before.
Yeah, I like I said, I don't know much about the admin, the administration. I don't know much about it, but I think they have a WhatsApp group. You can ask questions.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Sulaiman. Thank you for all of you. Inshallah, we will meet you again in next Friday, inshallah. We have another meeting with Dr. Sulaiman, like this session to explain Hajj step by step and answer all of questions of you. Thank you. تقبل الله. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.